Procession has entered the venue. Kindly remain standing until the faculty resume their seats. On behalf of BIMTECH, it is indeed a huge privilege to extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. K.S. Bakshi, Group Head, Human Resources, Interglobe Enterprises, and our guest of honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, Head, Human Resource, Career Media, India Private Limited. I also take this opportunity to welcome our senior authorities of BIMTECH, Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi, Director, Dr. Anupam Verma, Deputy Director and Dean Academics, Dr. Arunaditya Sahai, Dean Research, Dr. Abhijit Chattaraj, Dean Student Welfare and Support Services, and Dr. K.C. Arora, Registrar. And a very special welcome to all faculty members, students, alumni, industry experts, and parents who've joined us today for the 36th Commencement Day ceremony at BIMTECH. In just a few minutes, our faculty would be settled on their seats. You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. And as your deed is, so is your destiny. Dear students, destiny has brought us together today. As you embark on an exciting new journey to build the future of your dreams, let us initiate Diksharam ceremony by invoking the blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of learning, knowledge, and divine inspiration. You may now be seated. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. The divine light will show us the way to a very honest and dedicated learning in the coming 2 years. Shubhravastra Lord Buddha said, Appa Deepo Bhava, meaning, be your own light. When a person is self-illuminated, he lights up the world as well. We are very fortunate to have amidst us 2 luminaries who are doing just that. I request our director to kindly present floral greetings to our honorable chief guest, Mr. K.S. Bakshi. We'll be very soon joined by our guest of honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee. So PGDM batch of 23-25, you are awesome. Welcome to the BIMTECH family. We're very humbled and overjoyed to see you all over here. And we see in you a future like our guest of honor and like our chief guest. Amen. I now invite our respected director, Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi ji, to deliver the welcome address.
Respected Mr. K.S. Bakshi, who is chief guest today, Dr. Anupam Verma, Deputy Director and Dean Academics, Dr. Arun Sahai, Dean Research, Professor K.C. Arora, Registrar, Professor Abhijit Chattodas, Dean Student Welfare, Professor Saloni Senaji, who is the anchor person for today's event, my faculty colleagues who have come in a procession as per our tradition, dear parents, dear students, I have great pleasure in extending to you all very warm welcome in the 36th Commencement Day program of Birla Institute of Management Technology, Greater Noida. Our chief guest today for the program is Mr. K.S. Bakshi, Group Head Human Resources, Interglobe Enterprises, the company which is owning Indigo Airlines, and the guest of honor is Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, who is CHRO, Carrier Media India Private Limited. She is likely to join within next 15 to 20 minutes. My faculty colleagues, our industry guest, staff, dear students, parents, this is a very significant moment for all of us. In our journey of guiding and mentoring 480 plus young students aspiring for a rewarding management career. This is 36th year of this institute. We started our journey in 1988 from Delhi. This campus is going to celebrate its 20th anniversary in August 2023. We have completed 20 years at Greater Noida Residential Campus. I am delighted to see the newly admitted students and their parents hailing from almost all parts of our country. I feel extremely happy that you have selected BIMTECH with the hope of getting the best possible grooming and mentoring in management education for your child. There are 3,500 plus B schools. We understand why did you select BIMTECH. And we are grateful to all the parents for selecting BIMTECH for admitting their wards for pursuing management education. Warm welcome to all of you once again to the Diksha Arambha of 2023-25 batch. We call it Commencement Day. In the US, it is called for convocation. So they do not use convocation word. We use convocation for the graduating ceremony, but for our starting of the new batch, we call it Diksharam, starting of the learning, starting the journey for learning. We are very fortunate to have in our midst two very young and inspiring leaders from the Indian industry to motivate the budding managers with their thoughts and experiences and offer some inspiring guru mantras. The chief guest for today's function, Mr. K.S. Bakshi, he has human resource experience spanning over 30 years, and he brings in rich, varied experience from the aviation, hospitality, telecom, and manufacturing sectors. Mr. Bakshi is an experienced thought leader and believes in the importance of coaching and mentoring for the development of business leaders. Please don't misunderstand meaning of coaching. It is not tuition, giving tuition. Coaching means grooming young people for leadership roles in future. So he is considered very experienced in coaching. He has driven business results through innovative pupil strategies and fostering a strong learning culture in the organization. He has successfully led various projects in leadership, development, culture building, and talent management practices. And I would like to say that all of us have traveled in one of the most premier airline of the country. And it is none other than Indigo, which has grown under the leadership of some of the very eminent business leaders, father and son, Bhatiyas, and of course, Mr. K.S. Bakshi is one of the senior member of the core group, which is leading Indigo Airlines. Some of you might have noticed recent news that the aviation market, 61% of the aviation market, if I am correct, not forgetting the exact number, 61%, 61% of the market is owned by Indigo. You will not find in any industry one company owning 61%, that is almost two-thirds. And there are two more airlines, Indian Airlines, which used to be India's numero uno, but now taken over by Tata. So Vistara and Indian Airlines together, they account for only 20% plus. So together they own more than 80% of the total market. You can see there was an article in Mint, duopoly. So there is duopoly, and it is the control of two companies on the total market. We are grateful to him for finding time for today's function. May I request all of you to give a big applause to welcome our chief guest. Now kindly allow me to say a few words to welcome our respected parents who have reposed their trust for building future of their wards. A very warm welcome to them. I would also like to talk a little about our new batch of 2023-25. Our new batch represents the whole India. And when we say that BIMTECH is a mini India, we always feel pride about it. We have cultivated this status for last 25 years. 25 years back, we were having students only from Delhi, NCR Delhi. But now we have students from 25 states. I will share with you some of the figures. It is a mini India in itself. Students in this batch have come from almost every city or town of the country, from Shimla to Thrissur and from Surat to Guwahati, striving to get the best learning opportunities. And just I would like to share that we have students from Itanagar, which is on the border with China, Arunachal Pradesh. We have students from Gujarat, Vadodara, Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Surat. We have students from Himachal, Chamba, Shimla. We have students from Jammu and Kashmir. We have students from Kerala, 7 cities from Kerala. We have students from Maharashtra. We have students from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, almost all states, and this batch is representing 25 states of our country. And one more feature is that we have less number of students from UP and NCR, because now NIRF ranking, all of you may be searching, they give weightage that you should have less students from the place where you belong, more students from outside your place. So we have 74% of the students are from states other than UP NCR. It means only 26% are from UP and NCR. There is nothing wrong with NCR and UP, but we have to make mini India. So Delhi cannot claim that Delhi is the mini India, but Delhi also is having a large number of people from different states. They are living there. Our gender ratio in the batch has improved this time. It is 38% female and 62% male students. 20% of the students are having quality work experience. The new batch consists of 38% students from commerce, 16% from engineering, and 45% from science and humanity. This is very affirmative from the diversity point of view. You may ask why I am speaking so much about And just I have received this information from admission office that now we have been receiving students from SAARC countries like Nepal and also African countries. The first student from Africa has come from Uganda. Uganda. So give a big applause to that student. If that student is present here, Pragyan ji, who is heading our international office, can we introduce him? Okay. 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 Hearty welcome. Hearty welcome. So I would just like, silence please. Silence please. We are giving too much attention, making too much efforts to bring more and more diversity. And this is the call of management education. Industry needs diversity. Mr. Bakshi will tell you in detail why diversity is important for polity, for economies, and for industry. After graduating from BIMTECH, you will join the industry. And if you are not having experience from a diverse population of students and diverse population of teachers, then you will be lacking something. So this I talked about the current batch. Now I would like to share with you some of the recent achievements and initiatives of BIMTECH, and which will make you proud of being a student of this institution, which is 36 years old now. Our recent, out of all achievements, I would like to mention first that AICT has started a scheme of the graded autonomy under the NEP. And the graded autonomy means on the basis of your scores and accreditation, they decide that the institutions which are having the grades which are top 5 percentile, then they will be given the graded autonomy category 1, then category 2. So your institute has got category 1 autonomy few years back, along with XLRI, IIMT Ghaziabad, and SP Jain Institute of Management, Sir, Mumbai. Now about accreditation, it is also given a lot of weightage by recruiters as well as NIRF ranking and other quality evaluation being done by the recruiters as well as the government. There are two accreditation agencies in our country. The first is NAC, which is located at Bengaluru. Second is NBA, which is located at Delhi. Since we are under the recognition from AICT, we have to take accreditation from NBA. But your institute has started working on accreditation since 2008. Now we have accreditation both from NAC and NBA, and which is of highest grade, that is A+ given by them. So this is one accolades we have received during last 15 years. And we are also credited that we are a B school, but we have created a university. This is something unusual. No B school has created a university. There may be a few examples, but in North India, BIMTECH ventured to set up a new campus. We have set up that new campus at Bhubaneswar, Odisha in 2013. Within 3 years, the infrastructure was so impressive, the government of Odisha has given the recognition of a state-private university, and we are the institution which has given birth to a university which is called Birla Global University. It is having a multiple faculty, management, mass comm, law, and other disciplines, and providing higher education of good quality. We strongly believe about our involvement in sustainability and inclusive growth. Sustainability means that you should think about the future generations also. When we are using water, when we are using air, when we are using forest resources, you should not think that we will use it and we are not worried about the harmful impact of too much exploitation of nature. Sustainability means that you have to recycle resources, natural resources. Sustainability means you have to take care of the needs of the future generations. So we have been very much involved in these two areas, sustainability and inclusive growth, and we are running two NGOs which are being run by faculty and students. The first one is Ranganathan Society for Social Welfare and Library Development. Second is BIMTECH Foundation. We will talk about these two NGOs near future, and just I want to make it that your institute is very active in creating social impact all over the world. We have our faculty and myself going all over the world and visiting top B schools in the world to know their best practices. I can tell you with all confidence that any great B school cannot be made without doing CSR or working on sustainability and inclusive growth. Your institute is one of them. We are making inroads in these areas, and we are duly recognized by international agencies that we have created impact in society. We have done human service for the underprivileged sections of the society. Now about entrepreneurship. Our government is talking a lot, our Prime Minister is talking a lot, that we need to create hundreds and thousands of startups. Without creating startups and new companies, we cannot provide livelihood or employment to our generation, young generation. So they have government's Niti Aayog, which used to be called earlier Planning Commission. It has created a scheme. They have designed a scheme which is called Atal Incubation Center. In India, there are only 60 Atal Incubation Centers. And out of those 60, the most successful 5 Atal Incubation Center, your institute, AIC, is one of them, top 5. We have groomed and supported more than 300 startups, and they have created thousands of jobs. In our campus, you can visit at the second floor, the office and the workplace of the Atal Incubation Center. It provides free space for any startup, free workspace and free living space, and we provide them seed capital also with the support of the Government of India and other agencies. So lastly, I would tell you 2 more things. One is that the world has moved towards online education during COVID. We have seen many failings of online education in India because of various reasons: poor connectivity, lack of availability of gadgets in the hands of the poor people, and unpreparedness of teachers across the country. But your institute has done immense preparation for starting online education during COVID year 2000 under the leadership of one of our colleagues, Professor Sanjeev Dubey. Can you stand up, Professor Saab? Give a big applause to this professor who has trained please sit down, who has trained all the teachers, including myself, all the faculty, all staff, and all the students how to use online education. And because of him, we have not faced any problem. Thank you, Professor Sanjeev Dubey. Lastly, I would like to tell you that after getting national accreditation, we have started moving towards international accreditation, because globally our alumni are working in different countries, Europe, England, Canada, Australia. I think some of the major cities like London or Toronto, you will find hundreds of the alumni working and living those places because of the Birla tag, because of the tag of BIMTECH. But we were lacking about the validation of our quality. So we have gone for international accreditation in 2015, and after a lot of efforts, massive efforts made by the faculty, support given by the management, support given by the students and staff and alumni, we could achieve it in December 2022, your institute is one of the 900 B schools in the whole world which are recognized by AACSB as internationally accredited business school. And our students graduating, can we give a big applause to Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee? Thank you for reaching, just we were making a backdrop for your address. So now I will not take much of time. I would like to just assure parents and students that we have a commitment to our students. We have a commitment that your institution will not fail in its commitment to protect the health and safety of our students. We have one of the most supporting environment in our Vernon campus for our students, geared to deliver a top-notch B Schools curriculum, pedagogy, research, and mentoring. I will narrate one incident, not in detail, just I can give one example that when COVID came, in campus, several hundred, around 1,000 students were living. They have to leave, most of them left on 24th March 2020, I remember. And in the second wave of COVID, there was a naked dance of death across the country, all over the world. It has knocked our doors also. 65 faculty, staff, and students were sick. They were COVID infected. There was a lurking danger that we were not having hospital beds. We were not having access to so many facilities because everybody was struggling. Under the leadership of our two doctors, Dr. Chaube and Dr. Vires. Dr. Vires may be here. If he is present, he can stand up. But I will tell you, he is here. Please give a big applause. He is the front runner. He is our hero. Dr. Vires and 3 nurses. We have set up a hospital in our GM campus at that time. Please sit down, Dr. Vires. Mr. Tandon, who has left for another job. Now our GM is Mr. Anil Goel. Mr. Anil Goel, can you stand up? He is running this show. He is the hero. Sit down, please. We saved lives of 65 teachers, staff, and students. Give a big applause to these doctors and nurses. Our medical infrastructure may be very simple, very small, but we have big commitment to take care of our students, our faculty, and our staff. Right now, one of our faculty is admitted in a hospital. He has been operated for brain surgery, and all the faculty members, all the finance, DGM finance, everybody is taking care of his need, that we have to protect him, we have to save him, we have to provide 100% support to our faculty. So this is like a strong family which take care any crisis. I assure you that your wards will remain safe and they will grow, they will graduate like a shining star. With these words, I wish to this batch that they should pass out with flying colors, they should get good jobs in good companies, and they should give laurels to this institute. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, and I'm sure all our students present here are highly encouraged and motivated to take the Birla ethos and legacy forward and become the right examples for all of us. Our guest of honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, is here, and I would request our Deputy Director and Dean Academics, Dr. Anupam Verma, to present floral greetings on behalf of BIMTECH. Round of applause, please. Welcome, ma'am. Students, be curious and courageous because it sharpens you, it challenges you, it makes you stronger. And when you run away from opportunities, learning opportunities, you also learn away from being introduced to your best self. So on this commencement day of our institute for the PGDM batch, we must promise to ourselves that we shall strive to follow the dreams that you, your family, your parents, and all of you present here have seen along with us. So only such conviction will make you a role model like our guest of honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, who's head Human Resource Career Media India Private Limited. Allow me to share a glimpse of all the amazing things she does. Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee spearheads the Human Resources function at Career Media India Private Limited, CMI. She joined CMI in 2012 upon the inception of the joint venture between Career Corporation and Media Group. Prior to joining CMI, she was head organization development for Aviva Life Insurance. As the HR head for CMI, she plays a key role in contributing to the growth of India business. She's been supporting the business by developing and executing an effective HR strategy and has been instrumental in enhancing the position of the HR team in the organization as one of the major levers to achieve business success. She is an ODA CFL certified coach who loves working with individuals and young minds to help them channelize their energy for enhanced business results and exceptional work experience that she has. She's definitely mentored professionals towards great career transformations. An alumni of Stephens College, Delhi University, she's in the field of consulting, and she's an amateur painter, an avid reader, and has a keen ear for Hindustani classical music. Ms. Banerjee, recently read an interview of yours on LinkedIn where you asserted the power of active listening. So an important takeaway from that was, this superpower can transform your professional interactions. It leads to clearer communication and helps to build more effective relationships. So aren't we all eager to listen to what she has to share with us? Please join me in welcoming ma'am to the podium here to deliver the 36th commencement address for PGDM batch 2023-25.
Good evening. First of all, my apologies for walking in late. Just like I was telling Dr. Chaturvedi, although I left my residence at 4 o'clock, I didn't realize it was going to take so long. So please accept my apologies. I do not like to walk in somewhere late, that too in the middle of such an important function. But good evening to all of you, to Chaturvedi and the BIMTECH management for including me here in such an important event of the Institute. Truly an honor. As I see so many young faces here in the audience, I'm reminded of my own commencement, which was some 3 decades ago, really a long time back. And often along the way, I have wondered and hoped that maybe there were things that people would have told me that day, which may have made a difference to the direction that my life has taken, who knows. So anything that I am going to tell you today will probably be woefully inadequate to even begin to explain to all of you what a transformative journey and what a wonderful opportunity all of you are embarking upon. As a part of this large, well-organized institution, I think you will have plenty of opportunities to learn, both inside and outside the classroom. Grab every opportunity. No matter how small, no matter how innocuous an opportunity seems, go for it. Because every opportunity is going to challenge you. Every opportunity is going to make you more resilient, is going to sharpen and hone your skills of determination, and is really going to carve the path ahead of you. So no opportunity is to be treated as a small opportunity or not important. Keep your minds open and you won't regret it. The only reason I'm harping so much about opportunity is that Thomas Edison once said that opportunity is often missed by a lot of people. Why? Because it comes dressed in the form of overalls, and it actually looks like work. So what we call opportunity is actually work. But go out, take risks. One of my favorite animals is the turtle. Any idea why? Because to walk, the turtle has to stick its neck out, take risks all the time. All of you sitting here have come from very privileged background where education is valued. So take that value and make something with it. As part of this institution, one of the things that you will have as a long-term, lifelong asset will be this network of friends, seniors, alumni, juniors, and this will truly be an asset that you can leverage, and it will help you along the way, not today, not tomorrow, not just day after, but years from now on. So make an effort to connect with people. No matter what course you're pursuing, which course, which subject is your favorite, stop by, reach out, connect with people. Yes, to connect with people, of course, you have to look up from your iPhone screens. It won't happen otherwise. When I say connect with people, I don't mean send a Facebook request or an Instagram request. I mean actually connect with people. Because while technology, artificial intelligence, all of this is making a difference, and it will continue to make a difference, and it will continue to evolve and transform our lives, I personally feel that absolutely nothing can take away the importance of human connection. So while you need to keep your mind open, embrace change, adapt to technology, don't let go of the human connection. So actively seek out and reach out to a bunch of people who can be your mentors as well as your friends. On an everyday basis, surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you to give your very best. Nobody has succeeded in life because they have done it alone. Everybody needs a set of people that they can rely on, and the people who have your back, your teachers, your supervisors, the management here, your parents, your relatives, and any other mentors along the way, are the people whose advice you should value, who you should look at as people who are your beacons, who are the guiding light for you. Listen to them, support them as well, and you will never, never go wrong in life. As you start this important journey, one thing that I would like to emphasize on is learn to think. And you may be wondering what that means. For me, when I say learn to think, I mean learn to think little differently. Learn how to exercise some control over what you think, what you should filter out as an unnecessary piece of information, and how you are conscious and aware that you can construct some meaning from experience. It is very important. You have to keep an open mind. One of the problems of keeping an open mind is other people are going to come along and they're going to fill a lot of things into that open mind. But if you can't differentiate between what is right and what is wrong, what you need to focus on, what you really need to think about, in life you're going to be completely overwhelmed. Because time is a precious commodity. When I was your age, I thought there's lots of time. And today when I stand here, I realize that 50% of my life is gone. So if there's anything that you want to do it now. Plan for it, prioritize it, go out and execute it. It's as true for your assignments as it is for any other goals that you have in life. Most people regret at the end of their lives with a long list of things that they have not been able to achieve. Because all of us think that there's plenty of time and we'll do things tomorrow. We need to do things today. In life, we are going to face a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles, and a lot of setbacks. That is life. But the ones who come out as winners are people who have a certain attitude, a certain mindset. So your choices and your mindset is what is going to differentiate you as a winner. You can't alter reality. That's the truth. What you can alter is your attitude towards the reality. And if you alter your attitude towards the reality, trust me, your reality is going to change. Try it sometimes. It makes a big difference. Life is a challenge. Embrace that challenge. It's a mess. The journey is going to be a mess. Rejoice in that mess. Remember one thing, that what you think today, you will also change, evolve, and grow. You are not going to be stuck with the thought process that you have today. Because as you experience the world, as you step out and meet more people, interact with more people, get a wider perspective, your horizons are also going to shift. And when that happens, your perceptions are going to shift. Everything is going to change, so you're not going to be stuck in one place. Stop, pause, reflect, and appreciate nature. The sheer majestic opulence, the sheer size, and the sheer power of nature is going to help you to see how insignificant we are in the overall scheme of things. Learn to appreciate that. It also has a very, very calming effect. Life is sometimes like a boat without sails. It can take us on any shore. We don't know what is going to happen in the next minute. We can only plan. There is a saying that man proposes, but God disposes. So we need to have a plan. We need to have a backup plan. But there may be a time when we can't fight the wisdom of God and we can't fight what is destined. In that case, we need to accept what is happening. The Japanese have a very nice term for it. It's called uketamo. Uketamo means I accept with grace the power of that which I cannot change. No point in fighting that. So this adventure that you are starting today, which is called life, there will be a lot of disappointments. You may miss assignments. You may do badly in some exam. You may be late in submitting a project. All these are also part of life. But these are also things that are going to shape you. Your successes are going to be as important as your failures. So look at these disappointments as lessons that you're going to be able to learn, lessons that are going to shape your future. Remember that 10 years from now, your disappointments are going to make good dinner time stories. So take them in your stride as well. But from this disappointment will also come a sense of clarity, a conviction, and a reality. The only way to get through life is to make sure that each one of you have a moral compass, an internal moral and emotional compass that you can use as a guiding force to guide you along the path. Dream big, always dream big. But the dream alone is not enough to make a change. To make a change, you have to work hard. Joe Girard once said that the elevator to success is out of order because you need to take the stairs one step at a time. There is no shortcut to success, and your hard work has to start now. If you are kind, if you are authentic, and if you have humility, you will see that wonderful, amazing things are happening to you in life. Be true to yourself. Don't follow anyone else's path, because remember that you are unique just as the person sitting on either side of you is. Follow your own passions and your own dreams. Eventually, people are going to remember us not for how much money we made, but for the kind of people we were. So our authenticity, our determination, our creativity are all important. Make an oath that you will leave this world and this planet a better place than you found it. Inculcate sustainability in your everyday lives. It will help the planet. Many of you sitting here are going to be CEOs and CXOs going forward. Chase profit, but chase profit with a purpose. Don't just chase profit. So your kindness, your humility, your determination, and your commitment and your imagination is what the society needs to make your tomorrow and this society a better place. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you the very best as you embark on this journey. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much for that thought-provoking address. And we've all made our notes. There were some lovely learnings. And quoting you once again, ma'am, the ability to swiftly adapt, unlearn outdated practices, and relearn innovative strategies, all while navigating the unpredictable waves of change. What worked yesterday might be obsolete today, and the strategies of today might be irrelevant tomorrow. So keep moving on. Thank you, ma'am. So time now for, to hear the chief guest. But before that, I would like to share about you with my audience. In fact, Mr. Bakshi, one of your quotes in an interview to a magazine, it was saying, neither undermine nor overplay your achievements. But we are in absolute awe of the compelling persona that you are. And I certainly can't not elaborate the achievements with the audience today. Ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed chief guest, Mr. K.S. Bakshi, is the Group Head of Human Resources for Interglobe Enterprises. He's an alumnus of XLRI Jamshedpur, and he's an integral part of the leadership team and serves on the executive committee of Interglobe Enterprises. He provides strategic and operational leadership to the human resources function and is responsible for integrating HR practices throughout the organization. With an experience in human resources spanning over 30 years, Mr. Bakshi brings in rich and varied experience from the aviation, hospitality, telecom, and manufacturing sectors. An experienced thought leader, he believes in the importance of coaching and mentoring for the development of business leaders. He has driven business results through innovative people strategies like participative hiring and leading today for tomorrow, and fostering a strong learning culture in every organization that he's led. There are many other things he's done, and there's a lot that he's come here to share with us. So we are very excited to learn from your wisdom, sir. Give a huge round of applause as I now cordially invite our chief guest, Mr. Bakshi, to address the gathering. So your presentation.
Can we remove this? Yes. Visible? I'll just do it. बाद में देख लेंगे ठीक है Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I said good evening. No, it's better. Students, you will be required to do it often. So let's learning begin now. Honorable Director Dr. Chaturvedi, eminent personality sitting on the dais, my friend Lupa, respected faculty, management staff, batch of 23, 25 proud parents and other family members. It's really a very defining moment for all of you to start your journey, a new journey in your life after your graduation in this beautiful campus, in this beautiful institute called as BIMTECH. Dr. Saab, thank you very much for your profound introduction of me, and he spoke so much about one of the companies that I work for, or one of the company which is there in our portfolio. Probably today I will not be talking about it,
but I'll come back and talk to you and discuss with you what makes or how do we create a successful enterprise or successful business. But you're right, sir. It takes a lot of efforts. It's a teamwork. It's not an individual. Some of us who are fortunate to work in a company from the beginning, obviously we realize the power of the growth that happens with the company, and obviously it also makes us proud. But today is a time that Lopa also mentioned. Today is a time, dear students, it's your day, it's your time, and obviously we will keep typical corporate discussions for future. So while I was preparing for today's address, obviously there were a few thoughts that came to my mind, which typically happens. Should I talk about digital disruption? Should I talk about life after COVID? What are the leadership challenges? All this issue of work from home, future of work. And then I realized that these are the things that over the next 2 years, you will be exposed to. Your faculty will keep inviting a lot of leaders from the industry. And these are the topics that eventually you would listen to them, you will engage in some kind of a project. And hence I thought probably it will be apt for me, since you are starting your B School journey, let me also share with you, or let me leverage my 30 years of experience, and especially the first formative 3, 4, 5 years when I passed out from XLRI and when I did my first job. I'll use 2, 3, 4 examples from there, and I thought it will be good to share my lessons from my life, and probably that could be really the right thing to talk about today. Probably slides may not be working. Sorry? Okay, so let me continue. Okay, so before I really talk about my lessons of life, quickly about the management institutes, quickly about what's the status of the B schools in India, right? Probably the first B school in India was started somewhere in early 50s. I mean, there is some stat which says 49, there is some stat which says 54. Over the last many years, what 70, 80 odd years, we have seen over 5,000 of management institutes in India. We have over 300,000 students who are passing out every year. We have nearly 10 new schools which come up on the horizon every year. And we have seen that MBA students, people like you, after 2 years play a very important role in terms of helping industry. And of course, some of you would also go up in starting your own ventures. That's where the canvas that we have for you, right? When you look at 5,000 students, when you look at 300,000 numbers, and then you start wondering what is that I'll be doing. And I wanted to show you this slide, students. I'll come back towards the end of my presentation and I'll tell you what is the opportunity that is waiting for you, right? These are some of the things that we as a practitioners, we advise wherever we are sitting on the corporate advisory board. What are some of the new things, new subjects that the Management Institute should talk about? I'm glad I heard Dr. Chaturvedi in his address spoke a couple of those things, entrepreneur and everything. So I think that is where, and the question comes, why you are sitting here, right? He spoke about it, the very rich, enriching alumni network, the faculty that we have, various awards, accreditation that the institute has received. And Lopa, you missed his initial part of introduction. There's a massive, the recognition that the institute has received. And I think you are here at the right time, at the right place, and I'm sure under the watchful eyes of 70 plus strong faculty members, you will really make sure. And Lopa spoke about what is that opportunity? We need to seize opportunity. That was your opening remarks, Rupa, right? And I'll also talk about those opportunities here. And that's where I thought it's important for you to know and for your parents to know that you are at the right place at the right time. For the next 10 minutes, very quickly, again, in the interest of the time, and also this is not a lecturing session, few things, 4 or 5 big ticket items that I thought really helped me during my first 4 or 5 formative years of my journey. These were the skills, and probably I'll come back to the skills later, but let me first come to the point. And Lopa also spoke about it. So look, we didn't know what we were going to speak, but so great mind together, right? Okay. Please don't be afraid of getting your hands dirty, right? Most of us, when we study in a premium school like this, I also studied at XLRI, we always think our first job should be very strategic. Our first job should be sitting in the AC environment, in the fancy building, with some fancy titles. But I'll tell you my example, right, it was not the case. But it's very important that first few years, don't say no to anything that comes to you, right? There's no job which is too big or too small. In fact, small jobs are more helpful because when you do that, and in future, when you are creating your business, when you are expanding your team, when you are responsible for your functional delivery, those are the small things that you have done from your hand really helps you in order to understand the entire 360-degree view of the problem. And those are the things. Of course, it's not, you don't always enjoy doing those petty things, but this is something which gives or which represents humility aspect of your characteristics, and that humility really brings loyalty with your team, and that's the way even I have learned. Just one example, I mean, maybe 3 months, 4 months into my first job, and it was a manufacturing job. I was attached with the head of the HR of the plant. I was fresh pass out from XLRI. This was a very big manufacturing setup, automated plant. And my first job as a labor welfare officer, that was my title. I was attached for the union, with the union, right? I was involved in the union activities. I used to sit, make notes, minutes of the meeting, participate in the negotiation. Coming from XLRI, obviously, that thought also came to my mind, what is that I'm doing over here, right? On the one hand, you have the uniform and you are following the president and the secretary of the union, ki, sir, please, sample pass kar dijiye, right? On the right side, I was carrying the shoes, the workers, all those uniform. But trust me, few months were really difficult, but after that, I really learned, right? If you want to really understand the labor or the workforce psychology, these are the opportunities which you should not say no. Until I got myself into there, I didn't know, but later on I realized, and it has really helped me in my career wherever I have worked. Prior to this, I worked with a big hospitality chain in India, the Oberoi Hotels. I worked in telecom, Airtel. I think each of these things has really helped me to really become very strong emotionally and also mentally, because you know what goes behind each of those efforts, and you can really appreciate, and you can really create your team, good team. You can really motivate them because you have done the work yourself. I think these are the things which really helps us to lead by examples, identify roadblocks, because then you are not dependent on others. You lead from the front, you understand the whole process, and you really give a fantastic output to your function or to your business or to your organization. So Lopa also said, I'm also repeating it, please don't say no anything that comes in your first job. Second job onwards, whatever you want to do, you want a fat check, you want to become a, GM of the organization, whatever you want to do, please do it, but make sure that you pick up any assignment that comes your way. Be mindful. You will be managing people. We all know human beings are very, very complex. We know how a lot of efforts it takes, right? It's very easy for us after 30 years of experience standing here and talking about it, but it's a very difficult thing when you become a first-time manager. A time will come in your life when you'll become a first-time manager, and that is a time when you'll have a team of 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, maybe more people to work with. It's very important to understand in the beginning, and this is the time that from your B school time onwards, please develop that kind of a mindset and attitude. We need to understand what goes behind each individual because everybody is different. They all may be going through with different kind of a problems, personal or professional in their life. And it's very important to understand their mindset, their emotions, and we need to really work around that. And if we crack that code, I think the outcomes are you are seen as very empathetic leader. You are seen as someone who really is able to motivate others. You are seen as someone who is creating a high-performance team because these are the things that really help you to take your team along. So this is the, I would say, that was my lesson number 2. Very early in my life, and I'm really thankful to that. My first job, I'm really happy that I did not get selected day one, and I'll talk about it towards the end, right? Because those are the dream jobs that comes. People would get selected, which is good, but if you are not, please don't feel bad because there are so many things in our life that we can hold on to. Everybody knows this gentleman, I need not talk about it. He's a great example of passion and innovation. And that's where I think the lesson number 3 for us is be passionate in what you are doing, right? All of us think, or most of us think, money is very important. Of course, money is important. Somebody who says money is not important, he or she is not real. Money is important, but money is not the only important thing. There are many other things. I think Lupo also touched upon it during her address. And which are those things, which is your that North Star, you have to pick it up and you have to drive that passion. Because if you're driving that passion, your team will be with you, you will have a much more effective outcome, business outcome, you will be able to enable innovation, creativity, you will be able to fulfill people's aspirations. Because you cannot be seen someone who is only coming to the office as a manager, as a people manager. And when I say people manager, it's not only HR, right? Incidentally, both of us from HR, that's a different thing. But anybody who has a team of 2 or more people working with him or her is a people manager, right? And so this is the third thing. Any project that you do over here, and you will be given a lot of projects, any assignments that you are given over here, of course, campus life, hostels, people from different walks of life. I heard earlier 25 states and union territories students have come from. We have people from the SAARC countries also. Obviously, this is a time to also have fun, to really create new friendship, and some friendship at times from the campus turns into a lifetime friendship also, and which is a good thing. But have some passion, whether that passion is your subject area, whether that passion is any extracurricular activity. I think that thing needs to be demonstrated right from today and tomorrow, which will help you to really continue in your life, in your first 2 jobs, right? Very important. Of course, we always go to library, we look at all social media, tools, or we read newspapers and everything. But when it comes to the work, I think we need to challenge the status quo. We need to be curious. We need to ask questions. We need to articulate our thoughts. We should not be seen following a herd mentality, right? And this is something I find myself as one of the beneficiary, that when you speak your mind, of course, I don't mean that you should be aggressive. I don't mean that you should be should not be polite towards others, or you should not respect others. But there's always a way to ask questions, to put you across your thoughts. Because if you don't pick up this habit early in your life, you'll always be lagging behind. There will be a sense of inferiority complex that will come in our mind. And that is something which at campus, let me be honest, it was there with me. And I was a very shy person and very quiet person, always a backbencher, which typically happens with many of us. But I think the first, second job onwards, each of these qualities that I'm talking about has really, really helped me. Great outcomes of that curiosity and that learning is you are able to ideate, you are able to accept change, you are able to accept agility, there is a resilience, you are able to help people absorb different ideas and thoughts. And this is my lesson number 4, which I want to share with you. So I started off with any work is not too big or too small. Make your hand dirty. And then I spoke about be mindful of the people around us. I also spoke about the passion that we need to bring, the passion with which you prepared for your B school, examinations or the assessments, and you landed here finally. I think that passion needs to continue. And the finally is build trust. I really need not talk about it because it is something that will really, really help you a lot, right? Not only 2 years of your campus life, but also in your each successive job. Because when you are able to build that rapport, when you are able to help people, they feel comfortable talking to you, when you are able to create that kind of an environment where people don't hesitate to reach out to you, and I see myself and I see others, many successful people, leaders, that great examples that we have. It's really something that I would urge that we should working, right? Sometimes we become selfish. Sometimes we think only about ourselves. But I think, I remember Dr. Chaturvedi also spoke about to give back to the society, and that is what one of the motto of BIMTECH is. I think as a student, as a fellow colleagues in the organization, that motto should continue. While I'm here to do my job, I'm here to make my career progression, but if you really carry others along, if you really help others, your own life, your own career will also progress accordingly. So these are some of the things that I thought I will talk about it. I'll take 1 minute and talk about what is the skill of the future. These 2 years will give you great opportunities, right? Your faculties will really help you, whatever program that you are that you have taken admission. I believe there are 4 or 5 programs that we run here. Whichever program that you are following, or whatever is your dream that you are following, I think of, and I'm not here to talk about, this is another session in itself about these skills, but to me, for you as a younger lot, or let me rather use the word as Gen Z. Most of you are Gen Z or millennial? Born after 2000? Gen Z, is that right? I think these are the skills that will really help you to really leverage your experience in the past, the knowledge that you gain, the various assignments, practical aspects that you will be exposed to, it will really help you in your career. Very quickly, so my part of learning from my, learning lessons from my life is over. But I know any campus that I go, or any group discussion that I participate, or any talk that I have, 90% of the people are really bogged down, and I'm talking about the students like you, are bogged down. What happens if my placement, campus placement is bad? That means companies are not coming to the campus. Thankfully, in BIMTECH, you are not really concerned about this, about the companies not coming to the campus. But what about if I don't get a choice of my company, right? My dream list was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what if it not get it? What if I'm not getting a good, handsome money or the whatever compensation? Peer pressure, family pressure, what's happening, days are going, why you are not getting selected, where is your job? I think you will find, starting first your summer internship first, and then in the second year about your placement. But I'm sure the strong set of faculties and the management team that we have over here, with the help of them, you will be able to really deal with it. It's little too early. This slide may be little too early for you, but probably I may not get this kind of an opportunity to address so many people together. I thought it's important for me to bring this out because sooner or later, all of us, and it's a normal tendency, even I went through with this, and I'm sure, Lupa, after your MBA, you would have also been, all these thoughts must be crisscrossing. I think we should not be worried. What really should we worry and what really should think is life is full of choices, all right? You know the India growth story, and after this, I have a short video of 2.5 minutes. Life is full of choices, right? You are there. I mean, thanks to your parents, you are there at that time in our life in India where there are tremendous opportunities that are coming in any sector, right? In any sector, in any industry, it's not only limited to 1, 2, 3, 4 industry. It's also on the entrepreneurship side. It's also on the, as a startup, there is tremendous opportunity. And these 2 years, please think through your mentors, through your faculty, through anybody that who you want to reach out to understand what is that you want to do, right? Because you don't join the B school often. It's not that 2 years after I'll again join another B school and then I'll again join another B school till the time I get my best job of my life, right? You need to understand what is that opportunity that you're looking forward to. And this is a time, friends, younger friends, for you to really bounce or really take this once in a lifetime kind of an opportunity. As I said, and we hear a lot about India growth story. I'm not here to lecture on that sometimes later, but this is something that's really staring at us. It's up to you, right? But you have to seek help. It's not only books alone. It's not only classes alone. It's not only social media alone. You have to really put some serious thoughts together. You have to discuss with your friends, family, your mentors, whoever it may be, and really understand what is that few things or what is that one big objective that you want to really do in your life. Do you want to have a good life? Do you want to become a good human being? Do you want to become an entrepreneur or well settled? And these are the things which usually comes, and it's natural. There's nothing wrong about it. But I think it's important, the more clarity that we have at the earlier stage of our B school studies and early stage of our careers, I think it will help us after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. A day will come when you'll be also be here like Lopa and me engaging with the people. I don't know after Gen Z, is there any coin that has been coined? Lopa? After Gen Z, we don't know, right? So you will be talking to them like this. And I think these are the things, if you start putting some thoughts together, will really help you to really create a very highly impactful life for you, for your parents, for your siblings, for your friends, and everybody around. I'll just take, with your permission, sir, I'll just play one video. I don't know whether we can play a video here or not. We can play, okay? Has anybody heard a gentleman by name Mr. Deepak Bagla? Faculty maybe yes, right? But not the student, so I guess that. And this is a video, Lopa, you have seen this video? Yeah, okay. It's a very powerful video. So I'm sorry if for those who have already seen it, but even if you see it 10 times, it really helps you to crystallize your thoughts, ki where are you today? And now I'm trying to link with the couple of slides earlier. What is that you want to do? What is that opportunity? This gentleman, until recently, until about a couple of months back, was the managing director and the CEO of a organization called as Invest India. And of course, there is a longer version of video also available on the net, but this is a shorter version of the video. Just listen to him for 2 minutes. Look at the stats that he is sharing, and look at the powerful impact that he's creating. And why I thought it's good to share this video here to the student is that there are tremendous opportunities available. We have to simply crystallize in our thoughts. We have to ask for the help, and so that we can really take it forward. I'll just play it. I hope it plays.
So if you think of history of freedom is what India is going through today. And I know it's a strong statement. And I'll back it up with a few numbers of where I thought it's coming from. The total FDI I have received in my history from 1947 has been about $964 billion. 532 of them has come in the past 19 months. Let me tell you more. It's come from 162 countries. It's a global record. And let me tell you, for 8 consecutive years from 2015, we set up a new FDI record for ourselves every year. Even in the midst of the lockdown in 2022, the most unprecedented lockdown in human history, you received your highest ever FDI of 83.5 billion. I said. Let me tell you the second part of the FDI. It's come across 61 sectors, a global record. The breadth of opportunity which India presents today is unprecedented. No other country in the world has got an FDI across 61 sectors, and that number is increasing. Remember I told you the most unprecedented transformation? It's just starting. And let me tell you the third part of that. To me, which is the most gratifying, it's come in 31 states and union territories. The new engine of India, the new growth of India is bottom up. The new growth of India is not just the 7 big cities of this country, but every small little town, which for the first time in my history is a part of my entire growth process. Let me take you to a top block of that. And my GDP grew 3.5 trillion. The first trillion took me 67 years. The second trillion took me 8 years. The third trillion took me 5 years. And you see the progressing. And let me tell you what's something more than this. From 2015 until now, that is what, 9 years? I moved ahead of Russia, Italy, Brazil, France, UK from number 10 to number 5 inside of my GDP. I'm looking at Germany by the end of this year or early next year, I ended up number 4. And before the pandemic, I was the fastest growing entrepreneur in the country. And after the pandemic, I am the fastest growing entrepreneur in the country. This story, ladies and gentlemen, has just begun.
This is our India. Great. With that, I come to end of my part. But Lopa and I, we would be happy to take a few questions. I don't know, sir, how much time permits, right? If there are any questions, 2-3 questions, we'll be happy to address. Thank you so much. Sorry? 15 minutes. 15 minutes? Okay. Sir has been generous today. Great. Thank you, sir. I'll come there, yeah.
Any questions? We're waiting to take a few questions. Students, wouldn't you like to interact with such eminent people? Yes, you need to raise your hand and please introduce yourself. Tell us which program you've joined before you put your question and keep it crisp.
Hello. Yeah. My name is Aditya. I have joined PGDM 23-25 batch. So my question to the dais is, what principles should a student coming to the PGDM batch should have acquired? Okay, I'm repeating my question. My question is, what principles should a student coming for MBA should have acquired?
I think probably he wants to, principles he says, I think wants to just know how to go ahead during the course and what to follow. Yes.
Okay, so Aditya, thanks for asking this question, right? I don't think so. When we talk about principles of ourselves as an individual, I don't think so it has got to anything to do with coming before campus or after campus, all right? There are certain values that we should always imbibe. There are certain values or principles or whatever name you call, it means one and same thing. I hope if that question is what you asked, that we should always live with, right? These are the values which is agnostic of whether I'm student, whether I'm a professional, whether I'm a working in industry A or industry B, because these are the principles that would always help you when you find yourself in a difficult situation, when you find yourself in a conflicting situation, when you want to take a decision and then you need to decide what is the best for you. Because your teachers, your professors, your family members, your friends probably will play a limited role. A time will come in our life when we have to take the ownership of what we want to do and how we want to do. And I think, to me, at least my personal view, there's nothing specific before coming to the campus. It is my own principle that I should always feel pride of or proud of and always should stand for.
No, I mean, just to add to that, I think, integrity, a strong work ethic, and by work, I mean whatever it is, that you are doing. So whether it's your assignments, attending classes, a sense of commitment. I think these are a couple of things which, you should have already acquired, and those should be, some of the things that should be guiding you in your everyday decisions. And last but not the least, ethical in everything that you do, because it's not just getting it done, it's also how you do it. I talked about it earlier that, your own moral compass should be your guiding force. So I think ethics also plays an important role.
Next, someone here. You have the mic? Can you please pass on the mic to him? Yeah.
Hi everyone, very good evening to respected teachers and all my dear friends. My name is Dipanshu Gupta. I am a PGDM student. Sir, my question may be very general but at the same time extremely important. Sir, how can we make the most out of our 2-year MBA journey, both on a personal level and a professional level? Thank you.
So again, I think it's some of the things that, we talked about. So the first and the most important thing is that, pay attention to what's going on in the institute. Listen to your faculty and do some active listening. By listening, it's not just what is being taught in the classroom. You can listen and learn from many things around you. So do that. So keep your eyes and ears open. Like both Mr. Bakshi and I talked about, grab every opportunity that comes, whether it's a small internship, whether it's an opportunity to demonstrate leadership skills here at the institute, whether it's to collaborate and work in a team on a project which is, spreading across curriculums. Grab those kind of, opportunities. Develop the network that we talked about. Find a mentor who can advise you. I think these are all very important things that while you are here, if you inculcate and grow along with, honing and sharpening what we call soft skills, which is, your ability to collaborate and work with people, your ability to empathize, yes, yet be assertive, your ability to be, demonstrate humility, to both be authentic and to suspend judgment when it comes to others and accept others as they are. I think these are all the things that will help you both in these 2 years that you're here and in life beyond.
I think Lopa has said it very beautifully. I just want to add one more point. Be respectful to each other and to your professors, right? It's not our conduct and behavior, it's also our integrity that she spoke about, how serious we are in finishing assignments, right? There are certain things which are mandated by the college. There are certain things that we should be doing on our own in terms of inquisitiveness, in terms of reaching out, in terms of collaboration, participating. I think those are the things. And please, that mindfulness that I spoke about, that really starts with the, from the level of humility and the respect for each other.
Shall we move ahead? One more question. Okay, girls, where are you? So we can afford one question, but this should be from the girls. Raise your hand or stand up so we can see you. I told you, have the courage. It's not that difficult. Just share.
There's one hand up.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, wonderful.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Isha Aditya, and I have taken admission in PGDM core. So basically, my question is, there are many times in life when ideality conflicts with reality, as in practicality. Like sir and ma'am said, there are integrities and many moral values and ethnic values. But when it comes to reality, we often find it conflicting that this doesn't work on ground level. So how do you choose that correct direction, or that this is the right path to go on?
If you follow your own conscience, and if your own moral compass says that this is not right, then you will find another way of getting it done without compromising your values. You have to be true to your own value system. Nobody else can do that for you.
Okay, thank you so much. And in future, we would really want all of you to participate in dialogues and really looking forward to those times. Thank you so much to the chief guest and the guest of honor for wonderful addresses that they showed us a way ahead. And we'll move to the next segment, which is again very important to us. Aligned with the national agenda of Atmanirbhar Bharat, we have this Atal Incubation Center here, and we are going to release the report. So I invite our acting CEO AIC to take this ahead. Sir, please come. Sir, please come. Sir, please come.
All the dignitaries on the dais, faculty, colleagues, students, parents, professional staff, and honored guests present, I would like to provide a brief on the Atal Incubation Center, BIMTECH. I know most of us do not have much details about it. So I think it's proper to say something about AIC BIMTECH. It was established in January 2018 to create economic and social impact through entrepreneurship. It is driven by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, which is Government of India's flagship initiative to provide and create jobs to youth. A special highlight is that only 2 business schools in India, BIMTECH and ISB Hyderabad, you all know how much tough competition they are to us. Only BIMTECH and IBS Hyderabad, they were the 2 business schools who were selected out of, guess, more than 3,600 first round of applicants for running Atal Incubation Centers across the country. It has provided funding support of 5.5 crore rupees to create and promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. BIMTECH has also given a matching grant of another 5.5 crores for this incubation center at BIMTECH because our management supports entrepreneurship. Some of the significant achievements during the last 5 years are, I will be very brief, don't worry. Number of supported startups, 301, more than 300. Out of which women-led startups, 124. Good, very good ratio, female-male ratio. Already graduated incubatees, 244. Ongoing incubatees, still 31 with us. Jobs created by successful incubatees so far, good number, 3,165. 69 incubators could raise funds of rupees 77 crore for their ventures while being at AIC BIMTECH. AIC means Atal Incubation Center, BIMTECH. Revenue generated by supported incubators supported by BIMTECH, rupees 108 crore. And what AIC BIMTECH has done, number of training programs conducted for incubators besides other activities, 558 training programs for them. Events conducted for them, 226. Mentors mobilized from industry and academia, 66 full-time for their guidance with their specialized skills. Awards received by Atal Incubation Center BIMTECH, 7. And awards received by the incubators themselves with help of support of AIC BIMTECH, 84. This stellar performance was achieved by AIC BIMTECH under the able stewardship of Professor Dr. Abha Rishi for the last 5 years. She was heading this. AIC BIMTECH has been adjudged by the Government of India as one of the best run incubation center in public-private partnership in India. This is a really very good achievement of our Atal Incubation Center. We produce an annual progress report for our stakeholder, all these stakeholders, for this center every year, and report for this year is ready. I would request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly do the honors and release the annual report 2023 of the Atal Incubation Center BIMTECH.
We are indeed very proud of this initiative. So I think we should applaud the efforts of everybody who made this possible. As a token of gratitude for the time that the two dignitaries have shared with us today, we would like to present some memento and a memory that you will carry back for being with us here. I would request the director, the deputy director, and the deans to join me in presenting the memento to the chief guest and the guest of honor. I request Dr. Chaturvedi to kindly present a memento to Honorable Guest of Honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee. Open. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Anupam Verma to kindly present a memento to our chief guest, Mr. K.S. Bakshi, as an expression of gratitude. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for your august presence this evening. It is said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. We felt so inspired today, so I think we should be louder in our applause, please. Yes, sir. We would love to go on, but dinner is waiting and all of us want to just conclude. So I would like to invite Dean Academics, Dr. Anupam Verma, to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening. Our honored and distinguished chief guest, Mr. K.S. Bakshi, and guest of honor, Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, our director, Dr. H. Chaturvedi, my colleagues on the dais, leading lights of the industry and academia, and other distinguished guests, parents, my faculty colleagues from BIMTECH, alumni, representatives from media, and new students. Let me begin by extending a warm welcome to the new batch of students, 2023-25. They represent almost the entire nation. We have students joining in the new batch, like in the previous batches, from almost every region of the country for next 2 years. This is their home. At BIMTECH, it is our endeavor to keep striving for continuous improvements in achieving excellence. We emphasize on holistic development of our facilities. The curriculum is continuously updated to keep in tune with industry requirement. Other facilities provided to these students, faculty, and staff are also continuously monitored and improved. Among many other things, our computer lab is being completely revamped this year, and to have more space, a new floor in the academic block is being added. Our director in his address has outlined how at BIMTECH we keep ourselves alive and aligned to the changing needs caused on account of dynamic environmental scenario. We are fortunate to have amongst us today Mr. K.S. Bakshi, Group Head, Human Resources, Interglobe Enterprises Private Limited, as the chief guest. He is a human resources specialist and has been involved in aviation, hospitality, telecom, and manufacturing sectors. He has been providing strategic and operational leadership to the human resources function in various organizations. His immense experience and expertise, as well as the strong learning culture that he has inculcated in the employees team led by him, was visible in his address today. He has so lucidly explained the prospects for the management graduates in their future journey. His address to you today has been truly inspiring and educative. It has also been a matter of great delight to have with us here today Ms. Lopamudra Banerjee, Head Human Resources, Career Media India Private Limited. You have seen how effective and powerful orator she is. Her words of wisdom for our new students will go a long way in motivating them towards performing better during their stay at BIMTECH and thereafter. I express sincere thanks and gratitude to both of them for their very interesting and absorbing addresses today on some pressing contemporary issues. Students, you are lucky to have them here as the chief guest and guest of honor respectively in today's commencement day function for the batch 23-25. Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. Thank you, Ms. Banerjee. Promoting entrepreneurial culture is an important part of Institute's activities. Dr. Arora has given a detailed account of our Atal Incubation Center and the achievements that it has had during the last few years. The center has done a good job in documenting its efforts in the last academic year. Through this report released today, I congratulate the Atal Incubation Center for its effort. I convey our sincere thanks to the distinguished industry leaders, members of academia, and other illustrious guests for gracing this function with their presence. We are indebted to them for joining us today in this moment of our happiness. For these students, I might say that by joining BIMTECH, you are embarking on an education system that is meant to be transformative academically, socially, and personally. The curriculum has been developed in a manner that you will always be ready to face any challenges and crises, as well as be able to identify opportunities in your future roles as managers or leaders. You will find here a nurturing environment that promotes academic excellence, personal development, and prepares you to become future leaders in the field of management. As you slip foot into this new phase of your life, remember that opportunities and experiences that lie ahead are vast and diverse. Embrace them with open mind and thirst for knowledge. We ensure the continuity of teaching and learning while keeping your health, wellness, and career opportunities in mind. Your presence and contributions will be instrumental in making your institute a vibrant and inclusive learning community. We have today many parents who have admitted their wards here in the hope of inculcating in them good values and excellent knowledge. It is a moment of pride for them. We are grateful to them for their faith they have placed in us and are confident that their expectations will be met. I extend to them hearty thanks for being here with us today. My special thanks are due to the entire campus team who have toiled hard in these summer months in the searing heat in taking up various activities towards making this campus ready for this new session. Their dedication and hard work is well appreciated. A word of thanks for everyone who has worked hard and contributed in organizing the commencement day function and all the related activities held in this connection. Before I close, let me once again welcome the new students and wish them all success. They are going to be our future flag bearers. I want to assure them a very successful and satisfying 2 years here. Thank you all.
PGDM batch 2023-25. Do you know what is the credo of BIMTECH? You've seen it written under the logo. Anybody? Does anybody remember what's written right under our logo? Excellence with values. You will bring excellence and you will build our values ahead from today. So the journey has begun. Congratulations on Diksharam, and we are delighted to. So we would now conclude with the national anthem, and I request everybody to please stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Kindly take your seats now. The academic procession shall now be leaving the venue, and we will wait until they have left. Please remain seated, everyone, until the faculty academic procession has left the venue. Sure.